Hi, I'm Rebecca. You may have seen me on Full Time Devils, you might follow me on Twitter, but sometimes you need more than 140 characters to express how you feel, and tonight's one of those nights, as I think all Manchester United fans have 1,000,001 thoughts going round in their head at the moment, and it's kind of hard to make sense of them. And this isn't about results. This isn't about being ninth in the table. It's not about losing 2 home games in the space of a week. The feeling at the moment, and to me I describe it as somebody's ripped out your heart, thrown it on the floor and stamped on it. The reason you feel like that, or the reason I feel like that, is because the ethos that I've been so proud to be a part of, for my whole life, appears to be diminishing. And that ethos is that I supported a team that had hard work, never say die attitude, and belief at its heart. That was our motto, wasn't it? Believe, or is our motto, slip of the tongue. But our motto has always been believe, no matter how bad things got, no matter how far behind you were in a game, it was 5 minutes to go and you're 2-0 down. Doesn't matter. We always had that belief, and when I say we, I mean the players on the pitch had that belief, and they played with that belief. The fans in the stands had that belief, and they sang their hearts out with that belief. And today, I sat in an Old Trafford that was dead. And it was dead on the pitch. And it was dead in the stands. And that, to me, signified the death of this ethos that is something that is a prized possession of mine, really. And that is really, really hard to take. What we're seeing at the moment is a side that is completely devoid of confidence, and I've watched a side devoid in confidence before, but no matter how bad your confidence, you can still put it in. You can still put in for 90 minutes. You can try your heart out. You can run your heart out. You can never ever give up. And today, for me, as soon as Newcastle hit the back of the net, the referee might as well have blown his whistle at that moment, because we could still be there now and we wouldn't have scored. Now, you could put me on that pitch. You put 11 guys from the pub on the pitch, with United shirts on, obviously, and we could play for that badge. We could play for what we believed in. We could play because we love the club. Now, I'm not saying that, the players loved the club and, under Sir Alex, and now they don't love the club this year. Whatever they were playing for last year, even if it's just professional pride, they need to get that back. They need to get their desire back. They need to get their belief back, and that's belief in themselves and belief in each other, because at the moment the spirit looks completely on the floor, and it's mirrored in the stands. You got to look at how we are. We're sort of arguing amongst each other about who the scapegoat is. We're in some cases turning our backs and walking out of the ground before the end. And I know we've always had a problem with people leaving before the end, but this is, in protest. On Wednesday night, Everton's goal, Everton hit the back of the net and thousands of people stand up and walk out at that moment in time. You're not telling me that wasn't anything to do with that goal going in. We can't turn our backs anymore and then expect them to fight. It's got to be a two-way street, this. The team have got to lift the fans have got to lift the team. We need to get the ethos back of a spirit that appears to be diminishing. Obviously, people are going to blame David Moyes because he is the one change. Sir Alex out, David Moyes in. That's the only difference between this season and last season. But we can't sack the manager. We can't become Manchester City of the 90s, changing managers every 2 seconds. We have to give David Moyes the chance to get his team out on the pitch, his 11, and that'll be a combination of those that have impressed him from inside the club, and hopefully those that he's going to start bringing in from outside the club starting in January. But we have to at least give him that chance. It's futile to be blaming Sir Alex for leaving a substandard team. If anything, it's a compliment to Sir Alex that he was able to get those players. That a lot of people now are saying some are substandard, not good enough for Manchester United, but he was able to get them to elevate their games to such a level where they won the Premier League by 11 points. We know there's problems in midfield. We've been saying that for years. So Sir Alex didn't address it. So let's give David Moyes a chance to address it. If he doesn't address it, fine. You know, tell him to pack his bags and leave. But you can't do that. However frustrating things have got, you can't do that after, you know, 4 months or whatever it is. We've got to stick this out and believe that we do have players, because however substandard you think that team is, we have the players capable of beating West Brom at home, of beating Newcastle at home, of beating Everton at home. We do. And for me, what's missing is, as I say, that team spirit, that ethos, that roll your sleeves up and be prepared for a battle, lads, attitude that we've all been so proud of for so long. We have to find a way to get that back. Maybe we have to play our part. Maybe we have to defy the feelings that our heart's being ripped out and stamped on. Maybe we have to pretend that's not happening, go in there and sing our hearts out 100%, even though we might not believe in what's going on the pitch. We might not believe that we're going to score 3 goals in 3 minutes, you know, and win a game. But we may have to, you know, almost pretend that we do, and create an atmosphere where the players aren't scared and aren't devoid of confidence and aren't, you know, as I say, fearful of making a mistake, because maybe, you know, some of them actually are at the moment. We've got some young players in that side, and we have to give them belief as well, as we expect them to. But tonight maybe isn't a night to look for solutions. It's just a night to express the fact that the ethos of Manchester United is spiralling away, and we've got to get that back before we start worrying about points, and before we start worrying about finishing 4th, and before we start worrying, you know, as I say, about our league position. United fans, for me, can accept defeats. We can accept a bad position in the league table. What we'll never, ever, ever accept is a side that don't fight for 93, 94, 95 minutes, whatever it is, and that don't give 100% for that badge. We want 11 players who at least do that. As I say, I could do that. Anyone down the pub could do that. So Manchester United players can do that, or they're not Manchester United players.